So it seems light, it seems fun, it seems out of the ordinary. It seems like, wow, this is a discovery.
There is something in that woman that is satisfying a need in this man.
He always has something to get from this thing. Like the way you're saying survival, like there's just something she has to get from whatever this is. She's just not in love. See the way women are just, I'm just in love. She's just never in love. There's just something. And
a man like Julius Caesar did not have an issue with getting women. As a matter of fact, he was a man who women literally threw themselves at. So he was.
So the moment you become too strategic, people smell it. They become suspicious.
Mostly, Robert Greene says that the men who seem to have their act together the most are usually the victims of this kind of woman.
Yes. And you know, the word siren, the name siren, is a mythical ideology of these women or these creatures that used to enchant men through sound and music.
People are never attracted to you as the individual. They are attracted to what your presence makes them feel.
Attraction is an emotional effect you create in other people. And that effect comes from your character and your presence.
It is what they feel when they are around you that determines how much attracted they are to you. We'd like to begin this episode with a disclaimer. The views presented in this particular episode are not prescriptive in nature. We endeavor to provide a non-biased commentary from the book The Art of Seduction by Robert Greene. For those of us who believe in Jesus Christ like we do, we would like to remind you that it is your duty to obey God's commands. It is your duty to pick from this episode the things that align biblically. The rest that do not, we want you to be aware of how the seduction world is as presented by Robert Greene. Yes, Tessa, niaje?
Niko fiti kabisa. How are you?
I'm doing very well, and you?
Niko fiti. Uko na homa?
No. Inakam ya kukam.
Ikai venye iko, irudi.
Itarudi too. Yes, today I was doing another interview.
Oh, I see.
I was interviewing a lady on the topic of life insurance. And we will have that episode next week. So, yeah. So, leo nimeongea sana. Yesterday I also did Man-Made with Steve. And on Monday, I did a recording with someone who's written a book called The Weakening of the African Man.
Oh.
So, this week has been a week of shooting from Monday. Maybe ndio maana sauti inapotea. Na umekuaje?
Mimi nimekuwa poa.
Yeah.
It was interesting going through the Siren as a topic for the Nini in preparation for these episodes.
Yeah.
I had a moment of enjoying my own what do you call it? Solitude moments.
Yeah.
Enjoying my own
aloneness.
Aloneness. From Monday nimekuwa tu solo, nimechill. I have been the best I have ever been. Yeah.
You've enjoyed your own company.
Oh my goodness.
That's the best
so
place
good.
to be. It's the best place to be.
You and your thoughts. You're just there, you and your thoughts, thinking about your life, about next steps in life and all that.
That's me. That's actually me. Really? Do you know I do a lot of solo moments? A lot of it. Actually, a great chunk of a great period of my time is usually the greatest period of my time, or the longest, is usually spent alone. I am very much happy to always be alone, sitting down. That's when I feel thoughts. That's when I read. I read mostly when I'm alone. And this is how I do my reading. There are guys, especially someone asked me a question, how you can maintain a reading habit or a reading culture. Sasa, this is how people don't read. Okay. This is how not to read. Okay. For example, if you're not a reader and you don't just sit down and read books randomly, if you pick your first book today and you want to read 30 pages that day, I promise you by the time you're closing that book, you're not going to go back to it again. So when if you want to become an avid reader and if you want to read a lot more, you read kidogo kidogo. Like you can give yourself a target. Like for example, I'll be reading only 1 chapter a day, or 10 pages, or 5 pages a day. And the key is to maintain consistency in that reading. So if you have decided that you're going to be doing 5 pages a day, you just make sure that in these 24 hours, you look for 5 pages. You look for a period or a time where you read these 5 pages.
Exactly.
That way you develop a culture. So now, when it becomes a habit and you do it today, you do it tomorrow, you'll find yourself, without even telling yourself, increasing the number of pages you can read. But ukianza, reading is a marathon. If you start it like a 100-meter sprint, you're not going to manage. You're not going to manage. So that's how to read, especially these big books.
Yes.
You see this book by Robert Greene, The Art of Seduction. It is, let me see, how many pages is it? 466 pages. So if today you decided you are going to read this book and then you want to read 100 pages in one sitting, you'll not come back to it.
Yeah.
So habits are usually built slowly.
Slowly but slowly.
Over time, yes, your body gets used to it, your mind gets used to taking it, and then you go increasing slowly. Until a time now, you can pick a book 100 pages and just finish it in one sitting.
Wow.
Yes.
I think I developed my habit of reading by allocating time for that. So you see the way maybe you're going home or you're going to work in a matatu and you're just seated staring outside the same road for like an hour.
Yeah.
I think I allocated those times for reading. Maybe my lunch break, I read a chapter. On my way to work, on my way from work, 1 hour before I sleep, such small time, ikakuwa to habit.
Yeah, it becomes a habit. And once it becomes a habit, the next thing that it's going to become is second nature. The thing, nowadays we have very good technology. We have audiobooks. You know, audiobooks, you just sit down and let somebody else read for you. Audiobooks are easier is easier because you just listen. And you can listen to a chapter a day. You can even get this series of The Art of Seduction and read it daily. So it is something that you practice. It is something that you get accustomed to even as you move on with life.
But I think there's something very classic about just reading books.
Yeah.
Like audiobooks can't outshine.
Yes, they can't outdo the actual reading. For me, I do a lot of ebooks. I do a lot of ebooks. So I have an account with Amazon where I go, the Kindle account. So I go and buy a book from Amazon. It goes directly to Kindle and then we read it from there. So that's what I have been doing as well. And today we are going to talk about one seductive archetype. The archetypes of seduction. And we said last time that women were the inventors of seduction. Do not forget this. The game of seduction was invented by women because during that time, they could not match up the strength of the men, because that time, conquering was through fighting, physical violence. People would actually go to places and fight and then conquer. So women were not allowed to fight. They were left at home. So being left at home to take care of the family and just be the preserve of that generation that is going to fight, they came up with a way in which they can be heard or they can be able to conquer these fighting men. Because these fighting men were strong people who were always on the battlefield, always away from home. So they came up with ways to conquer this man. And trying to conquer him was, it was very interesting. They wanted to subdue this strong man and make him understand them, make him go with them, make him do their own thing. So it was their way of fighting. Yeah. Yes.
Wow. Women are smart. They know how to look for opportunities in amidst chaos or amidst struggles.
Yes.
Wow.
And so this particular, we are going to talk about one particular, this light is off. We are going to talk about one particular woman, and her story in seducing two very powerful men. By the way, this is something that happened in history. This is something that that happened in history.
Yeah.
And her name is Cleopatra.
The one and only.
Before we continue, do you know any Cleopatra?
Like
Do mnaweza change
in
tu?
history.
Mnaweza kisha tu. Do you know in your real friends, like when you have
in
you have
life. A Cleopatra.
yeah.
I think I do.
Do you know a Cleopatra?
Yes. She's a very good friend of mine.
So I'm going to give the story of this seductive type and this woman in history who is called Cleopatra. And then from there, we are going to talk about her characteristics and how she was able to successfully seduce two of the most powerful figures. She did seduce so many into doing her will. She ended up ruling for a very long time. I think it was about 20 years. So there was in 48 BC, it is in the first story actually in the book, there was this lady called Cleopatra. And the brother was the one who was ruling. So I will not go into details about the places, the years, and all these things. Okay. If you want to get these things, you can go to the book. So the brother was ruling. And then they had a conflict. Cleopatra had a conflict with the brother. And so it's like she was, let's say, sort of grounded. And she was not allowed to do many things. She was not as powerful when the brother was the king. Let's use it, the emperor. So here comes Julius Caesar. Julius Caesar has conquered and his name has spread all round. And everybody seems to know him. So there was a rebellion because he had gone on conquering. There was a rebellion that was brewing up in Rome. And so as this rebellion was brewing in Rome, Caesar went to Egypt to ask Egypt to assist or to make sure that they prove that they're going to align with him when he goes back to Rome to attack Rome again and, let's say, keep the peace. So one day, Caesar goes to Egypt and one day he's alone in his castle. And when he's in the castle, a merchant comes into the castle with a rolled carpet. So anaambia Caesar that, hey, we have a gift for you. So he rolls out the carpet and here is a woman. Here is a woman who has been sneaked into the castle. History says that Cleopatra was not the most beautiful woman. It's not like this was the most beautiful woman in Egypt. She was just a woman. But she had one very great pull. She was a mistress of drama and spectacle. So Caesar, in his ruling, was used to very beautiful women. And history says that he got bored very quickly. You know, it doesn't matter how beautiful someone is or how handsome somebody is, you're sooner going to get bored with them. That's why I said that when we are talking about relationships and dating, when you go by the feeling, then that boring takes away the relationship in itself. Because it doesn't matter if you date Miss World today. You are still going to get bored of her. We get bored of people. We get used to and familiarity. That familiarity breeds contempt. Yeah. So Caesar used to get bored very quickly with women. And he had met so many beautiful women because, again, he was powerful. And like I said, women get attracted to power. He had status. He was very clever. So Cleopatra comes, and the way she used to seduce Caesar was very funny. Since Caesar was a guy who was smart in the head, he would get very, very bored very easily. Cleopatra would study him. She would always introduce drama. Sometimes she would be very loving and very close and very cuddly with Caesar. Extremely cuddly with Caesar. Caesar would relax. Then when she senses that this guy is getting bored with these moves of mine, she would suddenly grow distant. Suddenly grow distant, starts doing the silent treatment, letting Caesar chase and all that. And this intrigued Caesar a lot. Even though this woman was not the most beautiful in Egypt, her behavior towards him was what was like a hook to Caesar. So Cleopatra knew that Caesar liked to dominate, he liked to conquer, he liked to rule the world. So if her withdrawing seems, Caesar is getting used to her withdrawing, because you see, sometimes when a woman withdraws, I advise men differently. We'll talk about it, how to react when a woman withdraws. Sometimes when she withdraws, Caesar would get drawn into her or closer to her with the questions. If it was in 2026, what have I done? What have I done? These questions, these foolish questions that we keep asking people when they're pulling away, which I don't advocate for. So Caesar would do this. In the push and pull, in the getting attracted, and Cleopatra realizes that this game, Caesar is getting used to the game because he's a smart person. Cleopatra would then again come and tell him, we need to conquer the entire world. And now Caesar again would be intrigued. Like, this woman is speaking my mind. She was withdrawing, she was loving, she withdrew, she came back, now she's telling me the things that appeal to me. And so that is how Caesar managed to be captured. And by the way, he never went back to Rome. He never went back to Rome. He stayed in Egypt. He stayed in Egypt with this lady. And at some point, yes, he went back to Rome with her. He took her to Rome, and people were so angry at how this woman seemed to control this man. And Cleopatra had really mastered the control of this guy. She knew the buttons to press. She knew how to lure him in. She knew how to conquer him. So now, in some years, and as I finish this, in the year 44 BC, Caesar was murdered. And then there was another general. Now, this guy was also a soldier. He was called Mark Antony. And so Caesar has passed on. Like I told you, women prioritize survival. Survival is on top priority of a woman. Gentlemen, do not think that beautiful lady that you're dating, that in the event you die, she's going to be a widow or suffer. No, gentlemen. Listen to me. She's not going to suffer. She's going to jump to the next high-value man if you were a high-value man.
Yeah.
And she's going to get married. Why? Because women will always prioritize their survival. Their survival is their topmost priority. So after that, he meets Mark Antony. Mark Antony now was Caesar, but Caesar Pro Max. Mark Antony was Caesar Pro Max. He loved pleasure. He loved women. He loved that sense of adventure. And you see, these guys were guys who were conquering places. They were going to capture nations. So Cleopatra knew exactly who Mark Antony was. And this is what she did. Like, it's reported, she was not the most beautiful woman in Egypt, but she managed to capture Mark Antony again in the exact same way. And in fact, let me see if I can find out something that it says about how Mark Antony. There's a paragraph here that says, first talking about Mark Antony was very brave. Here is a paragraph that says, like all of Cleopatra's victims, they were many.
Victims.
He turned generals into pro-Max Kenothias. He converted them. So here is an interesting paragraph.
Okay.
Like all of Cleopatra's victims, Antony felt mixed emotions. The exotic pleasures she offered were hard to resist. So what she was not offering her beauty. She was not ugly, but she was not offering beauty alone. She was offering, they call it exotic pleasures. But he also wanted to tame her. So now, when this is a conqueror. This is a person who's been conquering. We are talking about your high value man. You're talking about your leader, your person who has the power. So he's used to conquering stuff. Now he meets a lady who, yes, at first pretends or behaves as if she has been conquered and then withdraws. So now she becomes a challenge to him. Now she becomes like another city that he wants to conquer. But this time, ni Yagoro. So it continues and says, so, but he also wanted to tame her. To defeat this proud, illustrious woman would prove his greatness. Now, conquering this woman or winning over Cleopatra for Mark Antony was equivalent to him conquering another city. You can imagine how much interest this guy had in this woman.
Yeah.
Let me finish this paragraph and then we can talk about it. And so he stayed. Like Caesar, fell slowly under her spell. She indulged him in all of his weaknesses. Now, these were these Kenothia's weaknesses. Number one was gambling. He was a gambler. Number two, Russia's parties. He was a guy who loved parties. Elaborate rituals, lavish spectacles. Doesn't this speak to people in power? Doesn't this speak to those people in power? So maybe if you're thinking about a powerful figure or your local politician whom you know, you might be wondering why he always is around a certain woman who is not the most beautiful woman, but he can't seem to brush her off. So to get him to come back to Rome, he was in Egypt. So Mark Antony also went to Egypt, just like Alexander, like Caesar, like Julius Caesar.
Yeah.
So to get him to come back to Rome, Octavius, another member or another leader there in Rome, offered him a wife. In fact, Octavius offered his own sister.
Yeah.
So they thought, walikuwa wanashangaa, this guy has just become a Kenothia and he has been taken away. He is our leader.
Yeah.
But he doesn't seem to be coming back. He seems to be staying away with this woman. So they thought that the problem was him liking women. The problem of Mark Antony was him liking Cleopatra. Let me finish this. Yeah. To get him to come back to Rome, Octavius, another member of the Roman triumvirate, offered him a wife, Octavius's own sister. Octavia, one of the most beautiful women in Rome. Now, when it came to beauty, Cleopatra was not as beautiful as this woman, as Octavius's sister. So known for her virtue and goodness, she could surely keep Antony away from the Egyptian whore. The ploy worked for a while, but Antony was unable to forget Cleopatra. So he ended up going back to Egypt to his wife. Look at what this wise man did. 3 years later, he went back to her. 3 years later, after promising the woman that I will never go back. Sitarudia huyu mtu. Nimewachana na yeye.
She's like a drug and they're like addicts.
Nimewachana na yeye. You know those promises that men give to their women wakipatikana?
Wakipatwa.
Ata siwezi rudia. Siwezi. Then 3 years later, this genius went back to this woman and he ended up dying, by the way. So, and I know this is just 2 out of very many men that victims of Cleopatra. So yes, this story is interesting.
I know, right?
Do you know anyone in your circle who has had the ability to distract very powerful men?
Yes, I actually do. I had not thought about it, but now that you asked, or as you've described Cleopatra, I've thought about it and surely I have a friend.
What were their characteristics? Because I know, with gentlemen, women don't have a secret. Ukifikiria, ukishinda, when you keep opening up and telling your lady everything, the best friend knows everything about you. Especially, they know everything about you. Yeah, sometimes it is important to zip up and not just tell people everything. So, what was the characteristic of this friend of yours?
I feel like she moves with a lot of grace and poise. She she moves with a lot of grace and poise, right? I feel like she has kind of understood the game. She doesn't date with her heart.
She does not date with her heart.
No.
What do
She
you
always
mean?
has something to get from this thing. Like the way you're saying survival, like there's just something she has to get from whatever this is. She's just not in love. See the way women are just, I'm just in love. She's just never in love. There's just something. And the way Cleopatra like always gets something from like the victims, that's the same way she moves. And she actually gets it. And she gets the toughest and the most prominent. So you're like, oh, wow.
Do you know why?
Yeah.
Do you know why? It's not, yes, like I said last time, women are beauty objects, men are value objects. By beauty objects, I mean that woman's top value in the eyes of the man, not in and of itself. As a human being, we are all equal. We all deserve to have equal opportunities in terms of working and all these things. But when it comes to the thing that men prioritize the most in women is beauty. But that does not guarantee that if the woman is beautiful, she's gonna get the best or the top of or top tier males. By top tier males, I mean the men that have their act together. This could be a man that has a good job, a man that can be able to provide, a man that can be able to afford the woman a very decent living. So I'm talking about, when I talk about high value, look at it in terms of that.
Okay.
So it is not always the high value man that gets the most beautiful woman gets with the high value man.
Yeah.
You can see, have you ever seen someone, maybe a political figure, a person in history, or anyone maybe who is alive right now, and you see their woman, or you see the woman they are dating, and you're like, they don't match. Ati huyu anasema ati, you see the man, you see the woman uko rada. They just don't seem to match. So that means that there is something in that woman. There is something in that woman that is satisfying a need in this man. Like, let's say, for example, Cleopatra was, she used to pry on this powerful man's desire for conquering, for danger, for drama. She was offering that drama. She was offering that danger. She was offering everything that these men, aside from being beautiful, because you see, a man as powerful as Julius Caesar or Mark Antony, women was not his struggle. So there are people who don't have a struggle with women generally, so they look for other things in women if they can get any woman. You are saying something? Exactly. That that is very correct. He is saying that these people, these seducers, or this type of women, when they come close to you, they identify what your definition of pleasure is. Like I've told you, a man like Julius Caesar did not have an insufficiency of an issue with getting women. As a matter of fact, he was a man who women literally threw themselves at. So he was used to getting whatever he wanted. So now with Cleopatra and this type of women, they are called the Sirens, by the way, this type of seducers. These are the type of women, gentlemen, pay close attention. They identify what you as an individual look at as pleasure. It could be the need to succeed in your business. It could be the need to trend. You know, it could be the need to trend. Yeah. It could be the need for attention. It could be the need to succeed in one way. Yeah. So when they discover that, and they discover that this is actually what makes this man tick, they bring it, sometimes nile kama love bombing, they bring it full force.
Yeah.
So when the man is looking at this thing, he's like, yeah, this lady is very fun to be around. And when the fun gets too fun or too comfortable, they withdraw it. So when they withdraw it, they have withdrawn something very meaningful or very valuable to this man. By the way, ladies, if you're wondering, or maybe you liked a guy and he is into another lady who is this type, that's why he is into them. That's why he can't leave. That lady or that woman is offering this man something that in his mind he has registered as the epitome of pleasure. And then she pulls back. So when she pulls back, this man, because we get comfortable. And I discourage men from really getting comfortable when in a relationship, even in a marriage. And by comfort, I don't mean looking out. I just mean comfortable with what you have. You need to pursue more in terms of purpose, in terms of building wealth, and all those things. So they withdraw it. So when they withdraw this, the man feels the void, feels like there is some emptiness. His world starts getting shattered. Anaanza kushindwa, why the sudden withdrawal? So I must do something very quickly to bring her back. So in that process of pulling, in that process of running after, or the man running after the woman, then the woman comes back, offers the pleasure. When it is almost enough, not enough, withdraws. Yes, that is how these women behave.
Wow.
And those women can confuse a man. Those women, if you are not careful as a man, do not think that when King Solomon in scripture was being taken away by women, when David was seduced, when these guys in the Bible who were taken or distracted by women, don't think that they had lost their mind. It is this seducer type. Yes. You must be aware of what kind of seducer type you are dealing with.
And you know, the word siren, the name siren, is a mythical ideology of these women or these creatures that used to enchant men through sound and music.
Okay.
So you see the way the myth of a mermaid, the way the mermaid is. Now the sirens, they used to come up with sounds or a song. When you'll hear it, you'll get enchanted and you'll follow without reasoning or whatever. You'll just be a zombie and just follow it.
Yeah.
So that's where the name siren is from. A siren is someone who enchants you and makes you lose control over yourself or something.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Men, if you're here, have you ever met a woman and who confused you and you never really knew why? Because even in the eyes of other people, she was not the most beautiful. She would, when people look at her, they wonder, not because she is ugly. By not beautiful, I don't mean she's ugly. She's not as pretty as how the man has fallen. And mostly, Robert Greene says that the men who seem to have their act together the most are usually the victims of this kind of woman.
Yes.
The men who seem to have most of their act together are usually the victims of this woman. And mostly these guys, if you want to know, and you can check out with the kind of women you surround yourself with, could be a person, and I've talked about that person who has their act together. He could be a leader. He could be a person who commands a lot of respect. He could be that person who is powerful. Because this kind of women know how to get with power. Like you've talked about your friend. Yeah. The kind of men that she attracts are those men who are in positions of authority, who seem to be far reach beyond other women. And she just seems to get them very easily.
Easily.
Yes.
And get them to do whatever she wants. Crazy.
Cleopatra got Julius Caesar to do everything she wanted him to do.
Crazy.
And she controlled him. She
Crazy.
controlled him so viciously, so powerfully, that the Romans were actually a little bit concerned about her. And she was a foreigner.
So to summarize it,
Yes.
So the siren seduces through presence, sensuality, and emotional escape.
Yes.
So this works through maybe her voice, her energy, her style, her aura, just how she presents herself, right? So we've seen that the siren also doesn't promise love. She offers pleasure without pressure.
This is number?
No, this is just a summary. Yeah. She just offers intimacy without interrogation or connection without control at first. It's very light, very non-attached, like I'm just here to have fun.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is a siren. I was just trying to summarize it for our viewers so that as we continue, you have
Yes.
that idea in mind.
So she offers, that last thing you've said is very important.
So it's 3. So she offers pleasure without pressure.
Pleasure without pressure.
Yes, then intimacy without interrogation, then connection without control.
Okay.
You see how sometimes married people go for maybe side chicks, or even people who are dating, they go for side chicks because sometimes side chicks offer this pleasure without pressure, intimacy without interrogation, or even a connection without control. So it seems light, it seems fun, it seems out of the ordinary, it seems like, wow, this is a discovery.
Yeah.
Then that's why most of them are so attached to this side chick, they don't even understand why.
Okay.
It's just out of their norm.
It's out of their norm.
Exactly.
They're offering something that this person really wants.
Actually, Robert Greene says they offer things that they've always wanted, but it's like they've always desired,
Okay.
but they don't like practice it. So it's something like maybe it's a fantasy. That's the word.
A fantasy.
A fantasy. I've always wanted to do this. I've always wanted to do this. Then you actually get it. So it's so fascinating and just knocks you out your feet.
Okay,
Crazy.
that's why they forget themselves.
Yes. So get ready as we talk about the siren. So attraction is not magic. It's character and effect. So I read the whole paragraph.
Yeah.
Okay, so a lot of people think attraction is something you're born with, like height or skin tone or a cute face. And if you don't have it, then you have like tough luck. But Green flips this idea completely. He says attraction is an emotional effect you create in other people. And that effect comes from your character and your presence. So, not character like morals, but character like your vibe, your energy, your spirit, and the thing people feel when you enter the room. Oh. So that's why seduction doesn't start with tactics. It starts before you even say a word. It starts with what you radiate. If you can make people feel something strongly, you don't need complicated strategies. They will start leaning towards you on their own.
Yes, and like what he says that attraction is something that is practiced, or seduction, sorry, is something that is practiced. It's not something that someone is innately born with. And like I have said in previous episodes in this podcast,
Yeah.
that the best way to conquer any human being, gentlemen, I'm talking to you, the best way to conquer a woman or to make a woman feel attracted or remain attracted to you, or not even a woman, anyone, just anybody, be it in politics, be it in workspaces, be it in intersexual dynamics, is to make people feel stuff. People are never attracted to you as the individual. You have to understand that. They are attracted to what your presence makes them feel.
Ooh.
And mostly women. It is what they feel
When they're around you.
when they are around you that determines how much attracted they are to you. So how to get people attracted to you is to make them feel stuff. That is why you see there are guys who come through for you. There are guys who just talk to you generally, and you enjoy the conversation completely. And you want to have more of that conversation. Yeah. Sometimes you could be talking about basic things, things that are just very normal, nothing out of the ordinary. But why is it that this particular individual got you and this other individual maybe who had more content than this one didn't? It is feelings. So because women are loyal to their feelings. Women are loyal to one thing, their feelings. And it is how they feel at the moment.
At the moment.
Their loyalty to that feeling changes by moment. Men are very long-term longevity and long-term thinking. Like a man looks at a woman, and that's why you see when a man has his act together, he wants to settle very quickly. The quicker or the earlier he has his act together, the quicker he settles. Because men think long-term. And men are like, I have found this woman, I like her, I want babies, I want a family, I want a legacy from this woman. Women are not like that. While a woman can plan for the future with a man, and they normally do, they live in the moment. They live in the moment. So how that moment makes them feel, many of them, and this is very dangerous, especially even for a lady, many of them make decisions in that moment. Somebody goes into a party, they just meet a dude that same day. That same day, they're in bed together. That same day.
Yeah.
Do you know why? Because they make decisions
In
based
the moment.
in the moment and based on how they feel about that situation and about that time. Do you see now why I tell men to not have to not allow their girlfriends to have female best friends?
Male.
Female. No, how I tell women to not allow how I tell men to not allow their women to have male best friends.
Yeah.
Because of how they make decisions. When the time is right, they make that decision like that. And I'm not excusing this behavior. I'm not saying it is an acceptable behavior. Mine is to analyze people's behavior based on research and all these things. So women make decisions like that, like this, like this. If a woman tells you, I hate you right now, yes, she means it. But at the moment, she might not hate you 20 minutes later. Yeah. She might hate you now, but later she will feel differently. So you don't want, as a man, to have your woman in environments that calls for her to experience those kind of emotions. That's why men must be protective, even of their love. A woman must submit to a man's leadership. Because men can be able to tell you that. You could want to go to a party and your man is like, no, you're not going. And then you're like, oh, I'm dating a controlling man. No, it is an assessing. I can tell you the truth. They assess. Or you can go with your man to a party and you've just been there with him and he sits, he scans the room, he looks at the quality of people there and he's like, let's go. I want to be out of here. What has happened, he's assessed the room, he's seen the kind of people you are hanging around, and he's not comfortable with that kind of friendship. That's not insecurity. That is a man being protective. And like you see, these men, they were removed. Now when you come to the lady, if the man is not careful and he meets a siren, and let's say ni jamaa wa sherehe, ni kijana anapenda kudunga sherehe, anapenda mambo ya sherehe, and that this woman offers that. The guy was on his purpose. You remember Samson? He stopped conquering, he started cuddling. By then, Delilah must have been a siren. She must have been a siren. Delilah must have been a siren.
Yes.
Because Samson was this powerful man, biblically, conquering and doing all these things. Dude just meets a woman and it is the end of him. So, as a man, you have to be careful about what are your pleasure points? What are those things that draw you? And women are very good at smelling that and sniffing and taking people on a roller coaster ride of their fantasies. And the man, sooner rather than later, we have lost another one.
A victim.
A victim,
A
yes.
satisfied victim.
Yes. And he says, let me just get something from this paragraph.
Yeah.
A lot of people think that upper chini, it starts before you even say is a word. No, that's why seduction doesn't start with tactics. It doesn't start with tactics. It starts before you even say a word. It starts with what you radiate. What does this seductive type radiate? They radiate danger, exploration, fantasy. And you remember these men have their act together. They have everything they can need in this world, including the women. Except, and the thing that is driving them to conquering these other places is that drive for danger. Now here comes a woman who is offering a different kind of danger. And she's being difficult. That's why Julius Caesar alikiona. And if you think you as a man, you are immune to this, by the way, I tell people, if you are a man and you think that you are immune to these things, you know, I like saying this, virtue must be tested. Virtue must be tested. You cannot say that you are an honest man or a faithful man.
Not been trusted.
Do you know how
and approved.
honesty and faithfulness is tested? Leave alone those ladies who approach you and you don't like them back. You know, it is very easy to think that you are a principled person because you have rejected some women, but you didn't like them. Your virtue there has not been tested, Tessa.
Bado.
Now, here is where virtue is tested.
Yeah.
The lady likes you, and you actually like her back. And you know it is not a good relationship to be in, and then you don't get in it. That's when now you can comfortably say that, I have this virtue.
Yeah.
But not rejecting people you don't like. That's not virtuous. It is not virtuous to not fight because you can't fight. You know, there are people who, and you're not a man of peace because you don't fight. If you can't fight, there are people, they can't fight, so they don't fight, and they call themselves peaceful. No. Njogona, you are not. You are not. You are a man of peace. If you can fight, you are dangerous in fighting, and you choose not to fight.
Yes.
Or you restrain yourself, even in situations that require you to fight. That's when your virtue has been tested. So don't give yourself a virtue. Don't apportion as a virtue to yourself if it has not been tested. For example, if you're a person who's handling money, you cannot say that you are an honest person with money if you have not handled money and had the opportunity to steal. You are honest with money when you have the opportunity to steal and you don't steal. That's where virtue is. So we have so many people who are like, hey, me, I am a faithful man, I am like this and like this. And they have not been tested in that with a lady they actually like. Yes. Because in this world, you are bound to meet attractive, you're bound to like people. Liking is not the bad thing. The bad thing is what you do after that. So virtue must be tested.
Someone has asked your question. I feel like you should answer before we proceed.
Yes.
The Andrew Ndoli
Yes.
has asked, so you mean ata akisema anakupenda pia, it's at that particular moment?
Sometimes, and you have to be the judge of this, and you have to carefully understand. Gentlemen, here, hizi ni ma rules tunawapatia. When it comes to women, I will say this with no fear of contradiction. Forget about what they say. Never forget about what a woman says. Look at her actions. A woman can hate your guts. And if she's deriving value from you, she will tell you that she loves you. She will tell you that she loves you. Because to say, how many sims do ladies say, hey, I love you, babe. Just send me that 2,000 urgently. Love you so much. And they send you love emojis. And you are a simp. She's actually using you. She actually does not have any form of attraction towards you. So when it comes, if you want to be very accurate, and you're laughing and I know you know it is true. Unaona venye anacheka, it is the truth.
Huku tumekuja tu kubambwa tu kila saa.
Don't listen to what she says. Anaambia njoko nasikia 10. I love you, babe. Send me 2,000 urgently. When it comes, and this is how men get blind, because you have to understand how men and women fall in love, or how they behave when they are in love.
Yeah.
A woman who is in love does stuff. Her body language does not lie. She can say, I hate you. Have you ever been in a situation where a woman who loves you just, I hate you, I hate you? She can say that. Do you think she means it? Do you think she means it? Sometimes when your woman wants you to take her somewhere, and then unamwambia, and they behave like this, gentlemen. You have to understand this behavior. Unamwambia, let's say mmeagree mnaenda mahali. Alafu then the man comes and tells the woman, I don't want to go. Then the woman is like, it's fine. I'll go by myself. Do you think she's telling you that she wants to go alone? That it is fine?
It's never fine.
It's never fine. So you'll be in danger if you listen to her words. Don't. Watch her actions. It is very difficult to fake actions. So, yeah. There's another one? Yeah.
I think that one was the one that we were talking about, so I felt the need to point it out.
Ati mtu Alex anasema mzee umeisema na confidence. Yeah. Let's continue.
Okay, so seduction works best when it doesn't look like seduction. So those people who feel like they are immune to seduction, they're actually victims, because seduction works best when it doesn't look like seduction.
Yeah.
So one of the smartest thing Green says here is that seduction rarely begins with an obvious move. So the moment you become too strategic, people smell it. They become suspicious. So the best seducers win before the game is even visible. They create a natural pull, something that feels organic. The other person doesn't feel hunted or manipulated.
Yeah.
They feel like they simply fell for you. And that's what makes the seducer dangerous. Once someone is hypnotized, that's the word, hypnotized.
Yeah, hypnotized, yes.
By your presence, they stop scrutinizing you. They stop asking hard questions. They stop seeing the red flags. They become emotionally invested fast. And then logic comes later when it's too late.
This is a very important paragraph.
Yes, it is.
It's a very important paragraph, and we'll talk about it slowly. Let's break it down slowly.
Yes.
One of the smartest things Green says here is that seduction rarely begins with an obvious move. It is rarely obvious. The moment you become too strategic, people smell it. In the other episode, we said, I was talking to someone by the name Brian, and we were talking about his book. And we said, masculinity is not an act. No, we were talking with Steve. Masculinity is not an act. It is not something you act. Because once you are in the theater, there are some men who appear masculine, but they are acting. They have read enough books. They have seen the videos on YouTube on posture and all these things. They are not it. They are not masculine. They are just putting on an act. They have that masculine demeanor. Women know how to smell that. Women know how to smell a phony. You know that? Yeah. They know how to smell someone who doesn't, or who is feigning masculinity. And do you know how they bring it out? They test men. Women test men all the time. The more she's in love with you, the hard or the greater she will test you. One of the tests women do is what Cleopatra was doing to this Cenothia called Julius Caesar. Because one of the tests, I'll give you two tests that women use against men. And men, if you don't realize these tests, you will always do badly in responding to these tests.
Yeah.
Number one is what we call the compliance test. So women like to test their man's compliance. You're somewhere in, let's say, a mall, and she's like, hey, babe, can you carry my bag? Cenothia takes the bag and puts it here and starts carrying it. He's embarrassed. He doesn't want... no man is happy carrying their woman's purse.
Mnajifanyanga huko nje.
If he is carrying, the Cenothia is raining. That's one test. It's called a compliance test. And that, once the lady tells you, carry my bag, I'm not saying... This is not a sin issue. It's not an issue of good versus evil. It is an issue of testing which men have to know. When the man carries, these tests continue. They become even greater.
Yeah.
The next time, hey, do this, be a gentleman and do this. This is how to respond to a compliant test. Hey, babe, carry my bag. You carry your own bag. You carry your own bag.
Ouch.
Because I can tell you this as a man who has carried a purse. There's someone who's asking me a question here. So I am telling you as a man who has carried it.
Okay.
I have carried it. I have been that guy. Once you do it, we don't like doing it. Men don't like doing it. They are uncomfortable. Why? Men judge each other. As we are walking in that mall, when we are in that mall and I'm there carrying your bag, I am being judged by fellow men. Angalia hiki kimekaliwa. Ama ni aje? So he's very uncomfortable as he's doing that. The more you continue that is a compliance test. The more you do it, the more those tests comes. And they never stop. They never, ever stop. So you must be very careful about this test. The second the most common test, and I receive these messages from ladies and from gentlemen about their women. The next test is the silent treatment test. That's also a test. And it is a woman testing your frame as a man. Cleopatra used to go to Julius Caesar, anampatia affection, anatoa. Anampatia, anatoa. Such women who do that, or the ladies who do that, they have extreme power over their men. Because they get these men addicted to a certain pleasure, a certain danger, then they withdraw it. Then they addicted. There was an experiment that was done where a rat, the lab rat, it was given, it's on YouTube, by the way. It was given, they were testing how cocaine affects the brain of I think it was supposed to be humans, but they started with lab rats. So they would come day one and give it cocaine. So it would go and eat, and then they would remove it day 2, day 3, day 4. Now, and it's hungry, it's not eaten. So day 5 or day 3, they would come with the cook and food and place it in the same cage. The lab rats went for the drug. They didn't go for the food. So they got hooked. That's what they're called the Sirens do. They hook you with a pleasure that you want, and once you're hooked, they play that game. So here is how to respond to this test, gentlemen. The silent treatment test. Do not do nothing. Don't ask what is wrong. Don't comment. Don't call back. remain as silent as a grave. And by remaining as silent as a grave, I don't mean that you're always on your phone checking her status, seeing what she is doing, waiting for her to call you. You will get tired and call her. I am saying you must fall in love with the thing that you do or the thing that defines you. You must be actively busy on your purpose so that when a woman is coming, because women tend to join the kingdom of the man. Because the man is the leader, a woman comes and joins him in his quest of conquering the world. So when you are busy in your purpose, when you're busy pursuing your goals, when you're busy pursuing those things that give you value in life, a woman pulling away from you will not startle you. Men, you must be very careful and not be startled by the silent treatment.
What if the woman persists with her silent treatment?
Then let the relationship end. It has become a game. If she goes silent forever, let her go. Yeah? She won't be silent. Women I know will not be that silent for that long, no. And if she remains silent for long, she will come back and tell you how you are such a loser who does not even talk to her. So don't chase. Don't pursue. Once you start pursuing a siren, you're hooked like that rat towards the drug. Once you pursue first, second, utaanza tu kuwa poet hapo, oh, you never talk to me as much as you used to do.
What happened?
Oh my goodness, I dread those times. When I remember those times that I was writing these things. If I met that Silas today, I would punch him in the face. I would seriously punch him. Because the things I did, kuna mtu ananiuliza ni nini ulifanya ukakufanya kwa kuwa hapa. Ndakupatia mdogo wala hapa. I'll take you with them taras, eh? I will take you. But yeah, that's how they so
That is crazy.
they become suspicious. So the best seducers win before the game is even visible. They create a natural pull. Their pull is natural. It is not forced. Something that feels organic. The other person doesn't feel hunted or manipulated. They feel like they simply fell for you. Gentlemen, please let the concept of falling in love be from the woman. It's a very feminine concept. Every time men are falling in love, the world is getting more chaotic. Did you see what happened to Julius Caesar? When he fell in love, he was killed. Yeah. When Mark Antony fell in love, he became foolish. He left Rome. He left a whole kingdom to come and be with a woman. Don't think you're different. No, do not think you're different. Every time a man abandons his purpose for the woman, he loses both the purpose and the woman in the process. Because this woman, that will draw you, they'll make you feel comfortable. And I have found men very comfortable, get comfortable very quickly. That's why you see a man could be fit, a man could be so masculine, could be so attractive when he's first meeting a woman. Then they get married. You meet with the man 2 years later, he is fat, he looks like he's gained a lot of weight, he loses his shape. If he was a guy who was maybe doing martial arts, boxing, gym, he stops. So now, don't think that your woman is going to adjust her attraction and now starts getting attraction. You know, men are very idealistic in love. By the way, women are very realistic in love. Men are very idealistic. That's why men get stuck with the short end of the stick and get in messy divorces. Because women are very idealistic. The question in a woman's mind, am I protected? Am I provided for? Am I feeling happy? You see? And the things that made this woman feel happy from the word go. Was the man on his purpose initially? Because when you're on your purpose, you become a high value man. The man was fit body wise. The man was it was just the epitome of attraction. So when he loses that, since women love realistically, you become a different person. Have you ever heard women telling their men that you changed? You became a different person. Now, why men suffer mostly when they settle too quickly in a relationship is because, why men suffer, they love idealistic. Idealistic love is where you think that, yes, that just because she made a vow in church, I'll be with you till death do us part, that she's going to honor that
in
vow.
riches and in poor.
Statistics prove us wrong. Yeah. Christian and Christian, statistics are there. By the way, in the States, 56% of the marriages fail, end up in divorce. And women initiate divorce 70% of the time. 70% of the time, it is the women who initiate divorce. Check the statistics. 56% of the time, divorces fail. That's almost 6 out of every 10 marriages end up in divorce. And 70% of the time, it's the women who initiate that divorce. Why? Women love realistically. So men, you must fall in love with being an even better version of yourself every day. Make sure that the man you are today is greater, fitter, healthier, more attractive than the man you were yesterday. Don't be attractive in your 20s as a man and very unattractive in your 30s. That's how this happens. Because the woman you're dealing with, your wife, I can guarantee you, your wife does not love you unconditionally. Your girlfriend will never love you unconditionally. This is the sad reality that you must make peace with. She loves what you make her feel or how you make her feel and the value you provide. You remove it, she's gone. Argue with me all you want. Our TikTok says the otherwise again. Numbers never lie.
Yeah.
The messages we receive, they say otherwise.
Is that why people can fall in love with multiple people?
Yeah?
Is that why people can fall in love with multiple people?
I don't think it's usually love when it is multiple people, especially, would you say a gentleman? Or
women mostly, because now they fall in love with like how you make them feel. So maybe this one makes them feel safe, this one makes them feel protected, this one makes them feel provided for.
No, that's just a user. The one who falls in love with many people. You see, women, that you prioritize when it comes to now you have a pool of men and a woman is choosing. They prioritize the highest dopamine release. The highest dopamine release is that dude that she cares mostly about. That dude you cannot advise her against. That one, you see that one that she keeps making excuses for. That one that she says you don't know him like I do. That one is the one that makes her have a greater dopamine rush.
Okay.
And this is why it is very dangerous for even men to play best friend. Like, I pity the men who play best friends to women. My friend, you are getting a seriously raw deal. If only you knew the deal that you were getting. Because, and you know, some of them even entertain the women telling them their boyfriend issues. And they are there like an emotional blanket, a pillow, a shoulder to cry on. Don't be this man. Don't be that man. That is a man who's being used. If you are that gentleman who ladies are always coming to tell you their boyfriend problems and you are there advising them, thinking that one day they will break up and I will step in like a knight in a shirt, you are losing, man. That woman will never respect you. She would never respect you. Because to you, you're like another girlfriend. You're like a girlfriend. Imagine. And she comes here when she is bored. Imagine you're that man who, when a woman is bored, she calls. And I'm talking about those non-married ones now. When a woman is bored, you're the one she calls. You're the one she calls. When she wants to go to this party and she knows that there are going to be other attractive men and she doesn't want the boyfriend there because the boyfriend is going to smell those men, you are the one she calls. Boy, bro. Tafadhali.
Bestie.
Bestie, you're being used. And it's gonna hurt.
Yeah.
Because that woman does not belong to you. You might spend your time on doing things that would increase your value rather than that. It is a very bad place to be as a man. Yeah.
Crazy. So the siren is not pretty. The siren is fantasy.
Yeah.
So when Green introduces the siren, he's not talking about beauty the way Instagram talks about beauty. He's talking about a woman who becomes a man's fantasy. A fantasy is stronger than beauty because beauty becomes normal quickly.
Yeah.
You can get used to a pretty face, but fantasy stays alive because it keeps changing and it keeps feeding the imagination. The siren is powerful because she offers a man an escape, an emotional holiday, a break from being responsible, a break from being rational, a break from being in control. Hey, in her world, he can become reckless. He can become childish. He can become led. And for a man who has to carry weight all day, that release can feel like heaven.
Very important paragraph again.
Crazy.
About this kind of women. So he's not talking about beauty like the way social media does. He's talking about a woman who becomes a man's fantasy. They become a man's fantasy. And like I've said, sirens are women who often really enchant powerful men. It is very difficult to find a siren with your typical typical jogona. It is very difficult to find them. And by the way, if you check our social medias, our Instagram and this, you can be able to tell who a siren is in our celebrities. They rarely end up with people of their level. They always are attracted or attract powerful people. Why? It is they become a fantasy. And fantasy is stronger than beauty because beauty becomes normal quickly. Even the most beautiful woman in this world, for lack of a better way to put it, there is a man who's tired of her. There's always a man who's tired of a woman. There's always a man, regardless of who the woman is. So what makes these women very attractive to powerful men is because they sell that fantasy. And that fantasy is stronger than beauty because you see, a high value, high powerful, highly wealthy man may not, I'm not saying this is the case all the time, may not struggle with getting ladies. Because when it comes to a woman's priority, which is survival, they are a guarantee that if you are with me, you are provided for. So they are looking for something else aside from that beauty. He says, but fantasy stays alive because it keeps changing and it keeps feeding the imagination. Cleopatra would go to Julius Caesar. Today they are cuddling. He giving him comfort from the wars that he was fighting. Tomorrow, she's talking about telling Caesar how she wants him to conquer the world. So she's playing on his abilities. And since this man is on the road to conquer the world, he feels even more secure with her because she's playing to her fantasy.
Crazy.
And then he continues and says, the siren is powerful because she offers a man an escape. These powerful men, these, for lack of a better way to put it, high-value men are always looking for an escape. That's why vacations are big to them. They can afford it. That's why you see your gentleman is Mombasa on a yacht with some let me not go there, but they like to go for an escape, an emotional holiday, a break from being responsible because they have carried responsibility in their hands. They are very responsible men. So when someone is guaranteeing them some level of relief from this responsibility,
It's enticing.
it is enticing. Finally, a break from being rational. They are very rational men. They just think conquering, quest, business. It could be your typical businessman here in Nairobi who's thinking about business. How can I expand our company? How can I do this? Then they meet this lady who is selling them, giving them a holiday from thinking about that. They take them down very quickly. Delilah is an example. Delilah did this to Samson. A break from being in control. In her world, he becomes reckless. Given the chance, you see, leaders, high-value men, are judged very quickly by society. So they are always cautious about how they behave in public. They're always cautious about how they behave. Even when in a room, they have to culture their words. They have to produce that demeanor of being a leader. So imagine such kind of a person who's always carrying that. And here comes a woman who is taking him on a holiday, not the physical holiday, just making him or giving him the opportunity to become something he is never accustomed to.
Exactly.
To become reckless.
Yeah.
And by them, I'm not talking about sex. Please, if you unaweza kuwa unafikiria we are on a sexual conversation. No. Behavioral conversation.
Yeah.
So when we talk about a holiday, we are not talking about a physical holiday. We are talking about an emotional holiday.
Yeah.
In her world, he becomes reckless.
Yeah.
He becomes childish. He can be led. He is a leader who's used to leading, but here there is a woman who seems to be leading. That's why you can find, be very wary of your boss's wife.
Oh.
She is your boss to some extent. Some of them, they know how to get a hold of this man, and they can run the company on his behalf through him. You never see her, but when he goes back home, the policies that you're going to get tomorrow are from home. Bedroom policies. Finally, he can become childish. Something that he cannot do on normal circumstances. He can be led. And for a man who has to carry weight all day, that release can feel like heaven.
Crazy.
Gentlemen, if you get this woman, be very wary. Be very careful.
Very careful. So you might be there asking yourself, wondering, I'm this high-value man. I am an influential person. I have my shit in order.
Yeah.
Why am I the most vulnerable person for a siren?
Yeah.
Let me tell you why. So Green shows that sirens not only trap weak men, she traps strong men. People like Caesar, Anthony, all those men. So men with discipline, with reputation, with responsibility, even geniuses. So the reason is simple. The more controlled your life is, the more attractive...
That's number?
5. The more controlled your life is, the more attractive chaos can become. If a man's whole identity is being sharp, productive, and in control, then losing control can feel like a thrill he never allows himself to have. That's why you'll see powerful men doing the most irrational things for women at the worst possible time. It's not always lust. Sometimes it's a craving for danger, freedom, danger and freedom disguised as romance.
Yes. Like I've told you, the siren, they go for the powerful people. And you can create examples. Look at examples. Enter to our social media. Enter to our social media. And you are wondering, you are starting hating on the lady because she seems to always be liked by this powerful man. She's a siren. She's offering something you can't, maybe because you're not that archetype. So it is not only a game of beauty. It's not only a game of beauty. It's not only a game of appearance. It's a game of what does the man want? This kind of man. Like today we are talking about powerful men. Men who have their act together. Men who have conquered things. This could be your corporate CEO. This could be the guy who has everything going on for him. We are talking about those men. So they have their life so figured out that anyone who offers any form of relief, wanaanguka. Any form of relief, wanaanguka. This guy is telling us.
Time is
Yeah.
Last question. Do
Yes.
you think men can be sirens?
I think yes, a dangerous one when a man is a siren.
Oh my God, I've just thought
and
about
we'll talk about
it. Men
when
who are
a man
sirens.
is when a man is a siren is a very dangerous one.
Very dangerous
This
man.
this is the man who makes women go crazy,
Obsessed.
and they do not understand why they are obsessed. They do not understand why. Their families don't understand why. These are the men who make women run away from their families and disappear. And they can disappear. When you're dealing with a siren, please note we are talking about they are offering us a fantasy. They're offering it. And offering it to the point where you are allowed to be reckless. You are allowed to go out of your way. And the reason why we are telling people these things is some of it may answer the reasons why people be. Because, in this world I have seen people just generally judge. Do you know, from reading and from this, nowadays I don't rush very quickly to judge people based on their behavior. Like, I want to understand why. It is very important.
It is.
Like, you could be with a girlfriend to a man, and then he goes for another lady, and you're wondering why on earth did he leave me for her? What does she have? I have more money. I have more going on for me. I'm even more beautiful than her. Why did he leave me for her? Maybe she's a siren. She's offering him a fantasy that is so out of this world for him. So if, let's say, you are in a relationship with a powerful man, now this is how to ensure you keep him. Since you are in a if you are in a relationship with a powerful man, find out his fantasies. I'm not talking about awkward, weird things. If he's a guy who is always in busy mode, always building stuff, always conquering, find him a release and be that release for him. He will be obsessed with you. Be that release for him. There are women, even in marriage, who are married to such kind of men, who are very powerful men. They have a lot of thinking to do. And then this man is coming home and you're giving him more problems. You are nagging him. You are always quarreling him. You're always showing him how he's too busy in his work, how he's not helping you. What do you think that man is going to do? He's going to look for a siren. Or if he meets a siren,
He's going to be a victim.
yes, he's going to be a victim of the siren.
So, what I'm getting from this conversation is it's not a must for you to be as crazy as Cleopatra or as dramatic. It can just be something subtle as just being a man's peace.
Yes. Men prioritize their peace. For a woman, if you're a man's peace, and peace is not the absence of war, but just the presence of that inner calm, even amidst wars. That's why I say you have to be interested in knowing people. So many of us are selfish in relationships. We just think about what we want to get from a relationship. We don't think about the other person. Now, thinking about the other person is identifying what is this thing that really, really gets this guy. And not overdoing it, because now you overdo it, it becomes boring.
Yeah.
Identify those things that trigger this man. Be a man's peace. Men prioritize their peace, especially powerful men, especially men who have their act together, especially men who are busy. Peace is on top. Not him coming home and you're like, who are you with? Umetoka wapi? Sneaking on his phone, checking the messages and all those things. You are actually becoming the opposite of that. You're becoming something. You're becoming a challenge, like the work he is doing that he wants to get away from. No wonder you may find such men, they like going on vacations. They're running away from you. If you see your man, he likes just going alone. He's running away from you. There could be something. I'm not saying it's usually the case, but there could be something. So what I challenge people to do is know your man. Know what triggers him. Know his pleasures. Be genuinely interested in people.
Yeah.
It's amazing how much you can know about people when you're interested in them.
Imagine.
And when you are interested in them and you genuinely are, you'll be able to see this.
Okay.
Kuna jamaa ananiambia mzee acha uongo. Kabisa sana. Hii uongo ndio inatuweka hapa brother. Hii uongo itabidi utafute page za ukweli. Hii uongo ndio inatuweka hapa. Yes. Another one is saying, and it was creative, what an episode. Yeah, tuchanue kabisa. It's like when we are doing this episode, we are not talking about generally we are not talking generally about seduction, the sexual seduction. Ujama wewe unaitwa Tokyo. I hope you have we'll check his profile. I like checking profiles of such people because sometimes it helps me understand why they behave the way they behave. This must be a very weak man. Congratulations, Tokyo. You have gained our attention. Why we are doing this? Why we are doing this? This is not a story of, or is not an issue of sex. That's why we began by saying seduction is not sex. Seduction is the reason why you like the people you like. They have something. Now we have given you one archetype, the siren. So remember this as we conclude this episode. The siren is a seductive archetype that offers pleasure and fantasy.
Yes.
And this could be so many, so many things. They offer pleasure and fantasy. How they bring you in is that they give you an escape, that fantasy.
Yeah.
And they give you so much of it. And when you have gotten used to it, they withdraw it. They make you chase for it again so that you can regain it. So they keep you on your toes. And that's how they reel you in. Now, when you are reeled in, you will do anything they want.
Yes. It's a siren for you guys.
That is a siren for you according to Robert Greene.
Yes.
I hope maybe you unajua watu wawili watatu kama hao. And yeah. So, what else? Najaribu kuangalia ati mimi nikipata hela nina target ya wewe my friend, unatuambia mambo ambayo hatuwezi sema kwenye runinga, kwa hivyo tafadhali hiyo jiwekee. Mwingine anasema wamenitesa sana hawa watu kwa sababu sina kakitu. Kama una kakitu, don't prioritize chasing these people. Prioritize building yourself.
Yeah.
Na tafadhali, this is a family show. Usijaribu kuleta hii maneno yenye unaleta kwa comment section we kijana. Kuandika vitu zenye zita tufanya midomo iende hivyo. So thank you so much for watching this episode. If you like what we have or if you like these discussions, I would like to encourage you to share, to like, share, subscribe, tell a friend or tell someone about this work that we are doing, about these book reviews, about these teachings on human nature that we are doing. We also encourage you to go if you have not, or if you have joined us late in this live broadcast, we would like to tell you that we air this program on Friday from 5 p.m. So you can go and see the whole story where we have talked about the siren. Next week, we are going to do some examples, another example maybe of a siren. We can do at least 2 per episode, and then we can do 2 episodes per archetype, and then we discuss it a lot further. So thank you so much, and see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.